Hey everybody, and welcome to a Tatter-a-fact. This is Taryn. We are at the Girlz Inc. studio in Las Vegas, and thanks for joining us. So today, I got a couple of guests, two of my favorite ladies, actually. I got, well, my wife Kat is here.
Hello.
It's been a while, Kat, since you sat down on Tatter-a-fact with me.
It has been a minute, yes.
I know. But you got your hair done.
Yes, so I was willing.
Because you're feeling like, you're looking good. Yeah, you like your hair. Willow told me 2 days ago, she was like, yeah, Kat's got to do the podcast on Saturday because she got her hair done and she looks good. I'm like, okay. And we got Mary Richardson back with us today.
Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
So you are my most, how do I say it? Well, most appeared guest, the guest I've had on the most featured.
Well,
this is your third time on
yes,
Tatter-a-fact.
Yes.
Wow.
Happy to be here.
I know.
As always.
I know. Well, I love having you on here. So you're here in town because you're doing another class here.
I have a class the next 2 days.
Yes. A nano class.
Yes.
Machine nano class.
Hands-on
Hands-on.
for students.
For students.
Awesome
Yes.
class. Yes.
All right. So let's just dig right in. I wanted to ask you this, and we talked a little bit about what we wanted to gab about today and made like a rough outline. Like, so just threw down some bullet points so we're not rambling and scatterbrain. But this just came to me. What have you noticed, Mary, about machine hair strokes that has changed or evolved compared to even, let's say, 5 years ago to now, when it comes to like maybe style, speed, pigments? I don't know. Has anything changed or evolved when it comes to nano? I know the name has changed. We used to call them machine hair strokes.
And that's
Now-
what it is.
Yeah. So now they're called nano strokes. There's other names for them. But is there anything like really like significant, like with technique or look or anything that has like changed in the last 5 years?
I think all the above. Needles, pigments, techniques, proper training,
Yeah.
movement, depth, speed, all play a role into it. I feel like I've gotten better every year just by watching other technicians and trying new things and kind of challenging myself on speed, the depth of the needle, and finding that the less is more with this. And I would overwork the eyebrows.
Yeah.
I would do too many passes. I would go over the strokes 2 or 3 or 4 times. I do one full pass and with a little decorating and I'm done. I find that less is more with this, and my results have been coming back amazing. Obviously, pigments play a huge role in it. I find for my mature skin, I like to use more of the iron oxide,
inorganic.
inorganic.
So the industry's not really calling them iron oxides anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're mineral
Mineral pigments. Yes.
or inorganic. So we've kind of gone back to that.
Yeah. So I find that those pigments are wonderful for my mature skin. So we know they're drier, and I
Yeah.
feel like they pull and hold color beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
I actually err on the side of caution when I use any pigment on mature skin. And then I find the organic lines are phenomenal for most skin types.
Yeah.
So
especially the oily, or if they're resistant
I'm
to taking
having
color
luck with
of the oily.
all of it now. It's
Yeah.
like insane. Like you remember me, I would shy away from redheads. I would shy away from
Yeah.
the oily skin and the corrections. I'm doing all of that now.
Oh, wow.
Because pigments have gotten so much better. I would say definitely got better in the last 5 years.
Yeah. I think artists really have to think now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be more strategic. So, and incorporate both.
Yeah.
Into your work and know when to use when to use an inorganic, when
Yep.
that's going to be better for the
Yep.
client, and know when to use an organic and when an organic is going to be best
Yep.
for the client.
Yep.
So how has speed changed, like for you personally?
I used to work fast. I used to just swipe through my strokes and wipe and nothing was there. I find that now that I've methodically slowed down a little bit, I wipe, it's there. Like it's there and I don't have to go over it but one time. And if I want to enhance the depth of the color, then I'll go over it a little bit more. I call it decorating.
Yeah.
But I've learned to stay really light at the bulb and at the arch. Even my friend saying, the arch is the danger zone. And I find that I have to be much lighter with my hand there as well.
The arch is the danger zone.
That's
Yeah,
an
that's
interesting
Na
statement,
taught me
right?
that.
Like
Na
what's
taught me
like
that.
what's dangerous about it?
it's like skin on bone. It just grabs color. It blows out super easy. I find, well, me personally, I've seen it myself. It's happened to me. I've seen it with my students. They're too heavy in that area. You got to be lighter in that area.
Yeah.
It is, and it truly, and it goes for ombre too. Not taught me
So
that.
you got to
and it's
lighten up your
true.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want the top of the brow to be a little bit lighter and the bulb to be a little bit lighter to give more of a like almost like an ombre hair stroke effect.
Yeah. That's same with the powder brow. You know,
Yeah.
I've been doing powder brows, you know, for 20 somewhat years. And same thing. I always tell everybody, like, one on the same face, one eye, you know, the eyebrows, your pressure changes throughout that one eyebrow on the same face. You know, where maybe you have to do a little bit more pressure on a tail or the bulb because the skin's thicker, you know, and in the arch, sometimes, especially if they have a high arch and that arch is laying right over bone, which a lot of times it is. Sometimes it isn't, but a lot of times it is. You have to lighten up your pressure. So even with a powder brow, I think we all, we've all learned stuff the hard way.
Yeah.
I think especially, maybe not especially, but you know, people like you and I that have been in this for, you know, 20 years, you know, I just celebrated 22 years.
I just celebrate 19.
19.
Yeah,
Happy birthday. You know, I'm not saying it's easier today for artists because there's nothing easy about learning and getting good at PMU, but there's more readily available education today, like at your fingertips, than there was for you and I when I was starting.
Had I known what I know now.
Yeah. But with that said, you have to sort through the good and correct information and the good training through the misinformation and the bad training.
Yes.
So, right?
Yes.
I know.
Yes. And sometimes you have to do something to understand why you don't do it again. You know, you have to like learn a hard lesson. I learned many over 19 years.
Yeah. Isn't
you know,
that
I think
like,
we all do. I don't care how good, you know, everybody says I'm a good artist. I know I'm good at what I do. I make mistakes too.
Yeah.
I have had everything that could, you see all my addendums. Hello.
Yeah.
Come on. You know, they're there for a reason.
No, but that's true. I mean, you have to do something.
Mary's really good about sharing the information too.
Yeah.
A lot of trainers don't share their information. You're really good about sharing your information.
I try. I do my best.
Yeah, you're super generous. And a lot of trainers are not generous. They're not. They want to give the student only so much, but they hold back. And I think that and why is that? Is that a fear because the student's going to go out and be better than them well, what is it? Why would you get into training if you're not going to lay it all out there and give it all to the student? Why do you think some trainers do that?
I think kind of we're all guilty of that in the beginning of training. In the beginning, I'm like, I earned this status. I don't want to just give it away. I was there in the beginning. And over the years, I'm like, you know what? Why are they coming to me if I'm not going to share 110% with them?
Yeah.
So I was that person. And I know a lot of my trainer friends were the same way.
Yeah.
But I learned that, you know, you can't give 100% of yourself as a trainer if you're not going to give 100% of what you do, how you do it, where you buy your things, everything. I give everything next to where I bought my house. Like I do everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
I know.
And happily so. I mean, I'm really happy to do it.
And most trainers don't last as long as you and I have lasted. Do you know, as trainer, like it's no, I'm not
Girl!
kidding.
Yeah.
So
I know
we're doing something right.
We're doing something right. I know.
Yeah.
I am celebrating. So it's 22 years in September. I've been doing PMU, and my first class, my first student, I was 4 years in. So that puts me at 17 years in the classroom training.
So I always gauge my training because Monica Ivani was in my very first class in Ireland, and she was pregnant with her daughter. So however old her daughter is, she's either 9 or 10 is how long I've been training.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and people always ask, well, I want to be a trainer. How did you become a trainer? And I said, when people started asking me to train, I didn't just say I was going to go train. When people started asking me to train, that's when I go, okay, maybe I do have a little something I can share.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good advice because some people don't know when to train. You know? Some people force it. They get into the training before they're ready, before they're skilled enough, before they know enough.
They see the dollar signs.
Because they want the training dollars. That's right. And rather than waiting for their work to reach a certain level, their knowledge to reach a certain level, and now people are approaching them and saying, hey, your work is great.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
how
you
you know
answering
you're ready.
questions on Facebook, and wow, you know your stuff. I like the way you answer. I like the way you mentor. That's the way it was for me too. Yeah. People just started asking, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I remember being so nervous.